Cool.
What's up? What's up? Greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Claude Marco and I'm your host. Welcome to earGROUND, Your Voices Amplified. And yes, we keep drifting from one creative genre to another. We've been talking to musicians, we've been talking to dancers, but today we have a different vibe. We're talking about decks and all the bars, all the bees. I'll be speaking to a guy who doesn't really need much of an introduction. We've heard his name being called out several times in different songs, and some of you might be wondering who this guy is. I'm talking of DJ Iroq. Greetings, DJ.
Dude, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on earGROUND and welcome.
It's my pleasure, bro.
Great, great. Let's take you back, DJ Iroq, before you became a DJ. As a kid, tell us a bit about your childhood, where you grew up, and how it was like.
Okay. I grew up liking soccer, like how any other ghetto kid is. You know, you're playing soccer on the street and stuff. But when we went to school and stuff, that's when people start to discover where you are aligned to in terms of your talent or whatever, or your inborn thing. Yes. So I grew up like I was a good drawer. Like I did art, a lot of art when I was growing up.
Do you still draw?
But not now.
Okay.
Not now. I grew up in the southern suburb. Like grew up in Glenora.
Okay. Yeah. Team Glenora.
Team Ziva.
Glenora. Team Ziva. Where exactly?
Chitubu. Glenora Chitubu.
Chitubu. Quite interesting. Because I did my high school in Glenora. I was at high 2, Form 1 to 4.
Serious?
Yeah.
I went to I1.
Oh, you went to I1. So we're neighbors. Yeah. We're neighbors. Good. And growing up in Chitubu, I know there were quite a number of sound systems there. There were a number of DJs. I know Bulani was also from there.
Exactly.
And you guys at Simon Chopa Chimbe too.
Exactly.
Who are the people that inspired you from the neighborhood?
The neighborhood? Yeah. I would say my uncle did, because I grew up with my uncle. He didn't get into mainstream DJing, but he had the equipment and would do mostly corporate functions, parties, weddings and stuff. His name is Ishmael Mboma, DJ Ish. He works for Insco. Okay. But the thing is now, for inspiration, when I got to meet DJ Storm, I found out that there's the other side of DJing that I didn't know about, because I only knew about my parties in my corporates. I didn't know about how club DJing is done until I met DJ Storm.
Okay, great. You met DJ
so Storm. Yeah, the way he did it, yes. He gave me inspiration, bro. He's a beast on the deck. Up until now, I still respect the guy.
Great. And then you started learning your craft.
Sure.
Which year was this? And was it easy for you to do like your first proper gig?
Like I said before, I grew up with art in me. I wasn't sure exactly what I was good. I could draw, I could dance. So you know how it is when you are creative, like from within, huh? Yes. You have a lot of things you experiment. Yes. So getting to learn DJ skills wasn't that hard for me, since I grew up with a PA system and I had art within me. I learned quickly to the state that the first time I worked with Storm, there and they said, you are going to be my sidekick. Every gig we go together, you open for me, you close for me. And that was in 2010 at Zimex Bar.
Wow.
Yeah, but that time I was just doing it for fun. and exposure. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then my first ever job as a DJ came when Cubana was open. Do you remember Cubana?
Yes, I remember.
Another club in Masasa. Yeah,
yes.
That was my first job as a DJ. Storm and Tino Gatsande got me there.
Wow.
But then I just just like that.
Great. But a lot of people have said DJing now has become easier. This is what other people say. Hands can get a virtual DJ, computer, you can be a DJ. What's your response to that?
Now it depends with the definition of what a DJ means to them. Because it's just when you grow up, DJ wasn't only about music, like do you have music or whatever. It's something that had to do with street credit. Like everyone would know this guy here. When it comes to music, he's got all the knowledge. When it comes to database, he's got all the people. But now, we have to embrace technology.
Yes.
Things are changing every day. Softwares, they're coming in from all angles. Now DJing is software based, unlike how it was back then. But that does not mean necessarily that everyone who has a laptop and a software is a DJ. Deliverance matters the most. It's how you deliver your skills. Do you have the database? And do you have the music knowledge? You cannot have someone, for example, who grew up where I grew up and throw them in to DJ at a party in Helensview and expect them to DJ the same one who was raised in Helensview.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that if you have a laptop, you are a DJ. You need to have the knowledge, and you need to have the connections. You need the social capital. You need the that's what I mean.
Great. And you're talking about the knowledge and a lot of street cred there. How much research does one has to do? Like you as a DJ, how much do you research? Because now music, unlike back in the days where we'd have songs dropping maybe 1, 2, 3 in a week, an album maybe once, twice a month. But now every day there's an album dropping, there's a new track dropping, new videos dropping. How do you keep up with this? And how do you know what people want and what people don't want?
On that part, it has been made easier because of technology. Because that's the thing, if you follow artists, right, the moment they have something new, they let it out to the social media, all the digital platforms, right? Even before it's released, you would know so and so is releasing their album when, right? So you keep your focus there. You have your attention towards that artist, right? So it means you won't have to go far or look around for what you know is coming up. Just like that. Unlike Kudara, whereby I know the likes of Anam, DJ D Nice, and Divine, they used to hold planes, kunotenga CDs ku UK, because they could not get the music they were playing here, they could not get the CDs here. But now it's an advantage that music yangobuda every day. You get updated. Also, these social medias, the algorithms will show you this particular track here, it will post either my challenges or my requests. So it's meant to be a hit. So it's easier for you to have a database through the social media. This song here, it's going to be a hit. But sometimes some other songs would need radio, or you'd need to push them yourself for if you just need to be exclusive. But some you won't be able to Skype them, because they will definitely be requested.
Great. You guys have taken the power from radio. That's my own, that's how I see it. Could back in the days, music would hit radio first, and then it would go into the street to get into the clubs, right? But right now, you'd find music hits the social media, it hits the streets first, and you as DJs, you've played a very important role in doing this. how is your relationship as DJs, Nima artists? Do you feel artists really appreciate the role that you guys play as DJs in pushing music in Zimbabwe?
For now, I don't think the relationship is two-way. There's a term that DJs use when artists want help. I know I need you because most of the times we're like we'll be asking for favors. The song but don't say you start to play their songs. You are the first to play the song and stuff, but the moment those guys they're out there, they have made it. Trust me, it will never be the same relationship that you guys had before. You will never have the same conversation that you had before they were out there. So I think artists are benefiting more than DJs, especially in Zimbabwe. Why? Because the simplest things like asking for a cappella from an artist, it's also they won't want to give you. They would never give you. Of which they don't understand the concept. The concept is about, for example, you may have a song that it's a good song, right? But it's not danceable. You cannot play it in a club, but you want to make it danceable for a party, for a club, not just being not that radio. You want it to be there, but once we see, but the moment they want to go out, I think DJs, apart from that, even how DJs are paid in Zimbabwe,
Yes.
I don't think the relationship is good with artists. Wow. It's not a two-way.
And we see there's a concert. There are artists that are performing there. There are DJs that are performing there. The DJ names always come in very small print, which is quite interesting because here in Germany, when there is an artist who's performing, no matter what their size, if there are DJs there, you also see the DJ names, the names of the DJs appearing very prominent. But in Zimbabwe, I think I can figure out Pazasi and DJ. At times you cannot even read the print. Would you want to respond to that?
I think it also goes back kunyaya ukuthi DJs, they are no longer respected, or they are not respected as such, because everyone thinks it's something easy that everyone has a laptop can do. So every time there's a show, they think they're doing you a favor. So by so doing, they can do, they can have a structure that suits them, not your brand. And for you to argue that I'm a brand, it's another hassle. So I think it will take time. It will take time for Zimbabweans to appreciate what it is there. Because if you look at it this way, I have had my own shows that I have headlined after the show. The other one I was with Tuku, the other one I was with JP. That after the show I was on the headline, like Iroq. The problem with artists is when I hire Plot Marco as an artist, the entire slot is going to be Plot Marco, right? Half the crowd, if they don't like you, that's it. But if you hire out a DJ, a DJ is dynamic. The moment they see that I'm supposed to change music here at an event, they will change and they can rock for the rest of their set, because they can switch from one artist to another, which also goes back to promoting other artists on your sets.
Wow. And talking about rocking the show, what do you remember as maybe one of your worst days in office? What do you have any of that incident?
At the Biniman show.
Yes.
At the Biniman show, I was playing with the Bishop. Yeah, at a Response Club, the second one. I was playing with a Bishop home. So I had a problem with my laptop, right? So I started using a hard drive. Okay. I could not find the songs I wanted to play, but the crowd could not read. But when I finished my set, I was like, no, man. Even a Bishop himself, because he could tell This is not the Iroq I know. The Bitman show wasn't good for me. It wasn't.
Wow. And then what was the highest moment so far? What has been the highest moment in your career? Heavy.
In terms of performance?
In terms of performance, in terms of a show or one of the experiences in the showbiz, I will not this was really the highest moment so far.
I have heard a number of shows in the HICC.
Yes.
HICC is like my home ground in that. I like HICC, the ambience and everything.
Yes.
Most of the shows I did in HICC, I would say 3 or 4. The Watora Mari show, the one that had Diamond.
Yeah.
The Jackie show.
Yes.
And the other one I'm not too sure. I think the Tonga Kwara album launch. Those are like my main highlights. Mafunga and one actually like short videos of the shows.
Wow, great. You are one of the artists that got a shout out from one of Zimbabwe's biggest artists, Praiser. And I think that was the moment when I started paying attention to you. I saw you perform afterwards at the Biniman show, and I was quite impressed by your set. Despite what you're saying, that you're also facing a bit of play because it didn't show. What did that do to you as a DJ, getting a shout out from one of Zimbabwe's finest?
A shout out was long time coming, if I may say, because I had about 7 to 8 shows with JP from different promoters at different venues without me being involved in any affairs with, like, I wasn't part of his team and anything. So I decided I should start involving artists in whatever I do, since they are what is the music. We could not avoid that, because I was starting to think of the bigger picture. My projects are not for artists, being a DJ for an artist like Ja or something like that. When I went there with my profile and my application, Ndagaona Josie, one of the managers there, he was already waiting for me. I've been watching you, Timmy Ruzi, like, we need to incorporate, whatever we do. So by that time, Jai is always recording, like every other time is always recording. Every day you go to the studio, you'll be recording. So that was the time I was recording one of his albums. So I got into the studio, I was recording this song, it's Kide. So I had my mind with a song you got there, so my day, because for the club, because mama songs and that's like I was just giving my opinion about the song. So he said, okay, talk to Tamuka, tell him everything that you want on the song, right? So Tamuka changed the song to sound how it was like the final song. So album about 2 weeks or so. We were doing my listening sessions and stuff. Listening session song I do pay DJ Iroq. I was like, oh wow. I just appreciate you come here with your ideas. We hang around, talk about music and everything, and you are one of us. Maybe you should just get this. Like, okay, he's cool like that. But I wouldn't face, wow, I need to give you a shout out to you, because we know music against each other. That's how it happened. But it took me somewhere, because probably album, the calls I got, the messages everywhere. Up until now, I still have people calling me the way Jabreza says, like, DJ Iroq, like the chicks, everyone, you know how it is.
Great. But working with Jabreza, how would you describe him? What kind of person is he? I was asking Noni just now in another interview, and she was giving me a very interesting side of Jabreza. But for you, as someone who has worked with him, who's close to him, how would you describe him?
Okay, of all the artists I've been close to in terms of music and everything, Jay is the coolest guy. Apart from him being the coolest guy,
Yes.
At the studio, he is still the coolest guy. Ja is the kind of guy ukuthi uchungosvika udeka chibaba ziri sei muita sei kompresa wangu chichichi abani mupira nepi. Like, he was the one who starts the conversations. He's the one who always brings in the interesting topics. Then he listens. Jack can call you and say, Chamari, kune chisongo chabucha kuno kushamwa chatakatanganizwa.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening to our connection there. I seem to have lost DJ Iroq, but stay tuned as we try to fix the technical issues. Yeah, I'm speaking there to DJ Iroq. We're discussing his interaction with JP and how he views him. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Yes, we're back. Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's how Ja is. He's the coolest guy. He's the coolest artist you'll ever meet. Trust me. I hang around my artists like one, but Ja is cool. And other time Ja refuses to be called your boss. He says, I'm your workmate. And like the other time I was saying, but you know what, I need to grow my brain as a DJ. Then he told me that you wouldn't have got where you are right now if you were not working. What I want to tell you is keep doing whatever you're doing. You just need, if you need my name, we just be by my side. It's not like doesn't know sumuza like he was humbling himself. I sorry kuti was ivo shungu yapaside tingoshanda tese and I'm not your boss I would dictate things or I would set pace for you. You need to do this or you need to do that. It's something like that.
Awesome. Before we close our interview, there's been a conversation, I think a couple of weeks ago, and people were saying, my DJs in Zim, they're playing a lot of foreign music. What's your response to that? You don't play much local. A lot of the times you're playing Amapiano, you're playing Afro from Nigeria, from elsewhere, but local, maybe a small percentage. What's your response?
It depends with who is talking and from which perspective, because DJs' energy is reciprocal. It's the artist's energy that comes to us to play what they want. Like what I said earlier on, it's not possible for me to be in Glenora trap all the way out, trends all the way out. I play Zim dancehall, I play house. When I change, I go to the north, I have to fit like clientele. I don't know where they are listening their music from, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, even the radio caters for local. Where do they hear international music? The thing is, we play music according to the crowd.
To what people
want. If that was the case, that everyone complains that we play foreign music, then foreign music would have lost it way back. Because if everyone was asking for local music, Etrungu is a local music all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not true that we always play international. And like what I said before, to a certain extent, these artists, they don't also give back the energy, like I was saying. For example, I wasn't talking about myself, I was talking about the industry. You know what, guys? My face mimiga please play our songs and stuff. But then in this time where my DJs are tight, no one even took time to give emotional support. So it's not even supposed to be financial support. In the monitor, it's funny would see them giving out stuff, and but you see how one say that it's raw music, so I need your support. But when it comes to this time, they don't support DJ. So it all goes back to a relationship like what I said before. They want their music to be played, but they don't give back the energy. And we also play according to the audience.
Awesome. You're on lockdown. The lockdown continues, and you're one of the first people to be affected by, in terms of the entertainment, to be affected by the lockdown situation.
Yes.
How are you dealing with this situation? Yes, there have been a few online events, but is it enough to give, to bring bread and butter to you guys to sustain during this time?
Um, um, yeah, I was affected in a way, everyone like everyone else, but I would say, for now, I have guys who understand the situation, and they have engaged me to do my live streams for their joint. I'm working with the Mashkwede boys. You know Mashkwede,
Awesome.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we're doing my live streams every Friday and Saturday. It's sort of like Bawa nature, so that we can cater for the merrymakers, while it's they are home or wherever they are, through social media. So from that, I'm getting a remuneration. I can't complain. I can get food. I can get to pay the bills and everything. So unlike, because when lockdown started, I had an initiative. I organized a group of DJs, and we said we should start doing my live sessions at our own expense, so that the corporate world, if they see progress from us, they would engage us. Then we would get remunerated from the corporate world that would want us to advertise whatever they would want us to advertise. So the problem we had is most DJs, they didn't have the resources in terms of equipment, internet and stuff. So half the DJs, they dropped. Some, they're still doing the live mixes and they could not get engaged. But I was lucky enough, I got engaged in the lockdown by these guys, yeah, and I really appreciate.
Wow, awesome. And the situation right now, when I was looking at DJs, I saw you guys have done a response, not only towards COVID, but also uniting amongst yourself. You've created an association, you've registered with the National Arts Council, you've registered your organization. Could you just give us an insight into that? How has been the progress so far?
Okay. I don't have much to say on that one because I'm not part of the commit.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the progress, but what I think is, since the industry right now, there's nothing happening.
Yes.
Progress can be seen maybe when everything goes back to normal, like when there is action, like activity and stuff. Because I'm pretty much sure the paperwork is done. DJs are
Yeah.
still registering, and
Okay.
yeah, of course, some will join later. But
Yeah.
when there is activity, I think that's when we will see this. I'm gonna say.
Nice one, nice one. Lastly, in South Africa, in Nigeria, elsewhere in the States, DJs are not just DJs. They're not just playing music, but they're also producing music. DJ Khaled, DJ Maporisa. Um, in Zimbabwe, do we have this? Do DJs also produce music? Do they also manage artists, organize events?
On my behalf, I would say yes. I'm doing all of that.
Okay.
Um, the problem we have also goes back to someone having a laptop, being a DJ. That's when knowledge comes in. That's when social capital comes in. You cannot have someone at a laptop go to a, I want to do a song with Talkie Vibes. I want to do a song with XQ. You can't. There has to be history to that, to whatever you want to do. For myself, I have, okay, artists that I help get their music played on air. There are so many. I don't spend more than a month pasina munhu munyowana ndarada kubazawo kupusha music yangu. And what I do is I take their music, I tell them what to do. Like formally, you need to register with Zimura, you need to do this and that and that. Then I personally ask my librarians in my station, how should I submit that music?
Okay,
Then
great.
I personally ask them if the music is good enough to do the most they can, maybe put it on high rotation or whatever. I take those artists for interviews, radio interviews,
Yes.
and newspaper articles. I have a number, but um, there are other artists that I would just help just like that. Then there are artists that I would want to engage and work with for good. For example, if a guy Alvin, the new guy, is a very good artist. Yeah, his album coming maybe later on this year. Yeah, that one I would keep close, but so I won't say I manage an artist because I don't have an artist I manage personally, but I'm just aid to them. In terms of events, I actually do events planning. I've been involved I've been involved in a number of events. For example, we are going to have a dance off with Mashwede.
Yes.
It's a gift. It's a give back to community show for my ghetto. So it's a ghetto versus ghetto. We're gonna do ghetto versus uptown. Then we're gonna do city versus city. I'm part of the organizers.
Right.
I also used to do before lockdown. I also used to do their events. I would do my lineups and stage management. I have a number of event organizers who who consult me whenever they want to have anything, be it equipment, be it lineup, or whatever they want to know. So it's like I'm a consultant.
Wow. Saying that you've got an album that's coming out soon.
Oh yes. So this is what I did. For me to grow my name in the music industry, I wanted to have people on a platform Gudara. So I would definitely involve big names in the industry. On my album, I'll feature big names. But my initiative was to identify raw talent and put it out there. So the 2 tracks I recorded already, I already have 2 tracks. I want to have maybe 6 or 8 tracks depending on how it comes out. I have this chick from Rwanda. I have a song with her. She's very good. She's fluent in English, Shona, and Ndebele. She actually includes all the languages on that song. So I'll have on the same album. I have the big names and the underdogs.
Okay, great.
The album was meant to be released last year, but for some reason it was delayed. But definitely by year end this year it will be done.
Wow, awesome. By end, an album is coming from DJ Iroq. Just keep your ear on the ground, and we're definitely looking forward to that.
When it comes to
great. Thank you so much, DJ Iroq, and all the best with Mashwede Dance Force, which is a brilliant initiative because dancers were being left out. DJs already doing stuff, musicians doing stuff, comedians starting to do stuff as well. And there are people that would want to follow you. How do they access you? What are your online handles?
Okay, I have my Facebook page, DJ Iroq, DJ then Iroq, IROQ.
Yes.
Then I'm on Twitter, DJ_Iroq_. I'm also on Instagram as DJ Iroq. Then Snapchat, DJ Iroq.
Thank you so much, DJ Iroq __, right? DJ Iroq.
DJ Iroq. DJ_Iroq_ on Twitter.
On Twitter. Awesome. So thank you so much, DJ Iroq. I really appreciate your time and all the knowledge that you've shared with us. And wish you all the best in all the projects that you are doing. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep rocking and keep uplifting local talent.
Thanks,
Great. I've been speaking there to DJ Iroq, one of the finest and top DJs in Zimbabwe. He's been telling us about his journey, his childhood, his entry into showbiz, and some of the projects that he has done. And stay tuned on earGROUND. Today we bring you a couple of programs, a lot of exciting initiatives that are coming through. Until next time, New Voices Amplified. I'm out.